Hey everyone! Today we're going to be taking some rocks from my collection, cutting them open on my rock saw, and seeing what's inside. Come along! So here are the rocks that I'm going to be cutting open today. I've got 4, and let me tell you about them. The first one, this one I found on one of my rockhounding adventures. I think it's an interesting one to cut open. I'm assuming this is just chert. It's something I find pretty often. You can see the lines here, which I think are interesting. It's very stripy. I assume it's also going to be fractured based on the back here. So it may not be the best to do anything with, but I'd like to see how the stripes look once we cut it open. I'm planning on cutting it like this, so hopefully we can get some nice stripes along the middle. And if it's not fractured, maybe I'll make something out of that sometime. Otherwise, I might just tumble it. Okay, time for rock number 1 reveal. Now, you may have seen at the very end, I was probably applying too much pressure, and it sort of didn't cut evenly right here. It just sort of broke apart. That happens. You know, these cuts take a while, and sometimes I get a little overly anxious to open them up or just finish the sawing process. So that happened, but let's see how much damage it did. Not too bad. Nothing I couldn't fix, just like putting it in the tumbler or like a couple seconds on the cab machine. The stripes are super cool. It is very fractured, like I thought it might be, which is unfortunate. It means I couldn't really make a cabochon or anything out of it. But it's still a cool rock, and it's cool to see the inside, something we wouldn't be able to tell from this state. All right, and rock number 2, and maybe the one I'm most excited about. I picked this up about a year ago in a free bin at a gem and mineral show near me. Now, it's an interesting concretion. It's almost like a double bubble situation, although it's, you know, it's also got this lump here to make it not a true little double bubble thing, but it could be nothing, but it looks like it's got these little windows right here of chalcedony, I'm guessing, which means there could be agate banding inside of it. It could be something that's really cool. I'm very unsure. You know, I don't know where it's from other than this Gem and Minerals Show free bin. So it's a bit of a wild card, but I'm pretty excited about it. All right, our next one is my little concretion or my little double bubble that I told you I was really excited about. As you can see, I stopped and started in a new spot. It got a little higher than my saw, which I was surprised about, and I didn't think about turning it for some reason in the moment. So I expect it'll be slightly uneven, but again, nothing I can't fix. Oh my gosh. Wow. Look at that. That is a beautiful agate. Is this a thunderstone? I believe this is a thunderstone. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but look at that agate banding and this just clear chalcedony. I did cut some Dugway geodes that weren't quite geodes, but some of them looked kind of similar to this as well. Look at that. That is, I think honestly, this is probably one of the prettiest rocks I have ever cut. And I got it for free. That's gorgeous. I'm definitely going to do something with these two. I'll probably make a cap. I'll want to cut it a couple more times. Maybe that can be another video, so keep an eye out for that one. Very excited about that. Now the next two rocks are the same type of rock. Both of these were given to me by my dad. I believe he ordered them online from somewhere, I'm not sure. When I asked them about it, he had no memory of even ordering them. In fact, he thought they were he possibly picked them up from their yard. I know that's not right because I can tell this is an agate. You can tell this is a big chalcedony chunk. You can see the color in there. You can see some of the striping even on the outside of this very rough surface. Just from my knowledge, I'm thinking this is maybe like an Ethiopian agate, so African or maybe even South American. Not a 100% expert in that, but I thought it would be cool to cut this open and see what's inside. Now I showed you this rock like I did all the other ones before I started cutting them. You could not tell it was this translucent. A lot of that dirt just washed right off. Clearly I hadn't even washed it, I just stuck it right on the saw. It makes me even more excited to see this. Oh wow, it's like a little mouth. Look at that. Look at those colors. It's so cool. And then the sort of water line down here with the stripes. That is really pretty. Definitely do something with this too. These are some of the prettiest rocks I've cut open. Now here's the second one of the two of these agates. This one's even more of a fun shape. You can see in the window right there that I think this one's going to be really beautiful. My hands are cramping a little bit now, but we've only got one left. I had to take like a 2 or 3 minute break because my fingers just full on cramped up. But let's cut this last rock. All right, in our final smaller one, we know it's an agate because we could sort of see in this window, not quite this well, but this one did not turn all translucent like the other one, although I believe they're the same type of agate. Let's open this one up. Oh, wow. Yeah, it doesn't have like the white in it like the other one does. But look how vibrant that red is. Reddish orange. And you can see that agate striping really well right there. Most of it's sort of like covered in the gray chalcedony. This one might even be an interesting one that I could cut many more times. You can see it's got more delicate bands than the other one. Let's see. This one's definitely more in your face, whereas this one is a bit more subtle but beautiful. Think how pretty that would look as a ring. Not a disappointment in the bunch. I hope you had as much fun as I did cutting these rocks open along with me. Let me know if you'd like to see me cutting more rocks open. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.